War and Peace.
Yeah. Always sounds like, you know how sometimes it does that and then a person writes the message something like 3 lines and you think, what was that?
Yeah.
Like,
Nothing at all like that. Yeah, just accidentally press a key and then just flags you as typing.
yeah. Although I really legit think Byron's typing a lot though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he gets into it, he's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty active tonight, actually. I'm like, why so it goes full energy? Like, there you go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's exactly what I thought was the reason for it, because I created the environment. But the problem, like, how do you show the commitment by another author of like a tree or that? Yeah. We'll see.
He's asking you, did you follow it?
Yeah, I think so. But it's like there's so many things. So there's so many like things to follow.
Because I think
I've probably read it somewhere, but
yeah, I think there's a specific way this has to be set up, and if you kind of miss something in the setup, it kind of falls over in a sense. Like it doesn't actually get set up properly. So yeah, I think follow what Byron's saying. Like go back and have a look at did he just do that? Yeah, so follow what he's saying because he'll because clearly there's something inside there that's got that. What is this? A gopher?
oh yeah, that's a lot more in depth. It's just I don't know. It's just there's too many things with this subject to remember where everything is sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's like it's one of those things where it's like it's an online course, so everything has to be documented somewhere, or if it's not documented, then it's not the official thing that's done then. Like it's yeah, I don't know, it's a hard one to get right in terms of how much to document and how much not to document. But yeah, it's just one of those things, I think.
When it all slots into place, then life is good.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of confusion for a little bit, and then you get your aha minutes, and that's all okay again.
Yeah. That's why I was like that. I think that's why that whole drama revolved around the assignment thing, because one thing said one, another thing said
another. Exactly. And there's even for me, there's so many different places. Like I have to remember to update as well. So, you know, I might change something on a spec. So change something on the Mentor mini project, but then that was actually uploaded to the board. It wasn't linked. So then I had to go change Trello. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all like linking and everything's all the same. So yeah, even for me, it's been a bit hard to remember to do everything as well.
Jeremiah blocked Jeremiah. Do you want to block Jeremiah? What are you doing? Blocking himself.
you don't want to block me.
I think good old issues. There's John.
Eject. Oh my god, I can kick yous out of here. That's amazing. How come it's taken me ages to realise that? Frederick's frozen.
Am I?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
It's all good on my end.
I can hear. Oh, there you go. You're not frozen now. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you're both good.
We might make a tiny start, and then that way when John pops in, I can ask him the Mentor Mini project questions.
Yeah, he's like popping in and out of Discord, so he's probably trying to get it running.
Yeah, well, that's all good. We'll make a start because it's a pretty easy going session this week. I'll have my camera on. Sorry, guys.
I'm lucky not on camera.
I know. So it's a pretty straightforward kind of easy session this week. I wanted to kind of keep some hours in the bank for next week because next week we'll have a bit of stuff to kind of talk through and get through. So I wanted to, just kind of keep it nice, short and sweet this week. And then we've got more time next week we'll have to chat for a few things. So we'll have probably assignment 3 release. So we'll have to go over a couple of things with that for you. I'm going to assume you run into maybe some code issues and things like that. So hopefully we can talk through those next week. Just kind of a general kind of catch up and see how you're kind of tracking as well. So, and potentially maybe assignment 2 marks at least as well. So I'll want to check in and see how you're feeling about your marks as well. So probably a little bit to get through next week. Yeah. And I'm pretty scattery tonight, so forgive me. Hence the chocolate eating when you jumped in. You're not going to get a hell of a lot out of me tonight. So I thought it's probably better to keep that time in the bank next week when I'm a bit more pets up a little bit. I'm surprised I've made it to week 9 without crashing. This is like the first time I've crashed, but that's okay. I had a look at SitRep, and the only thing was, if I'm remembering correctly, Ben, you had something in around creating the database in Cloud9 or something like that. Is that right?
Just to check our SQL file itself, it's on our Trello board. Just to have a quick check of, because I've just written all the table names and their foreign key and all the data types and that, but just a quick check from someone like yourself would be good.
Sure. Which board should I look up for that?
Good question. It was somewhere safe. It's probably got moved somewhere. I will find it. I can email it to you as well if.
Actually, just add me as a member to the board. If you add me as a member to the board, I'll just get the notification. I'll get the documentation.
That's handy. Sometimes things are good when they work.
When they work. Welcome to the world of computers. Nothing works.
Yeah. It's always good when... Oh, there we go. It got put into done. That's why. So if I add you, Sarah... There you go. You're a member of it now. So.
I should refresh my page.
Works. It'll make your life easier.
I still haven't seen anything yet.
The email systems have been pretty slow tonight. Like Fed did an invite before and it took ages to come. I don't know if it's RMIT or if it's just like slow in general. But
Yeah,
emails are
look,
not the fastest to know.
no, I was running,
Okay.
got a lot of the RMIT network. I was running a lab on campus, and it was like a broadcast network applications. So we all kind of like jump onto a server, and then I should have this pretty nice graph thing where the server's in the middle, and then all the users that join in come around it. And literally, 4 people join it. Any more than 4, the whole thing just carked it. And I couldn't demonstrate the lab to the students. I was like, what is going on? So I had to boot everyone off, and I had to only allow 2 students to log in so I could demonstrate the lab, and then I allowed them all to jump back on and chat to each other. But it was just ridiculous. Like, this is very inconvenient for me here. So let's show all right. Look and see what this looks like. The answers one looks fine to me. The users also looks okay.
You have to follow along with our convoluted process.
Yeah, I'm following. It's all right. I'm following. It's actually pretty well written. Oh, tags. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me, guys. Looks good to me. Yeah, I'd be pretty confident in using that, what you've got there.
Cool.
Nothing glaringly scary there at all. It all looks like it's it should reference correctly and it should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Awesome. If you have problems with it, just let me know. But that looks fine. There's
Hi guys, I wasn't aware we were starting early.
No, it's okay. I've just been looking at your SQL at the moment, so your creation of tables and stuff. So I haven't missed much at all.
Okay.
And we were doing some troubleshooting with Byron earlier as well. So, it's just fun and games.
I just quickly caught up in Discord, and then I searched back and I saw the link, and I thought, oh, it's on. Just get a click.
No, you're right. But yeah, we're gonna. It's not too long of a session tonight. Nice and short and sweet. Just so we can keep some hours banked for next week, so that we've got some extra time, because we'll have some more things to chat about next week, and we probably need a little bit more time. So I'm just strategically planning our time for us, so that way we get the most out of next week as well. So is that okay with you, John? You're all good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I'm a few days. Haven't had a chance to have a look at GitHub, guys. So I'll have a look tonight. Catch up a bit.
Yeah, I think the go with that at the moment is to just reread the instructions. So Byron's linked you guys back to the Cloud9 and GitHub instructions. So it's just, I think it's a little bit of a tedious thing where if you miss like an instruction somewhere along the way, the whole thing kind of doesn't like it. Going back into, it's a little bit precious, I think, is probably a nice way to put it. So just going back in and just making sure that like every step's kind of being done. And then if you're still having issues and you've gone through that again, just re-ping Byron and just say, oh, okay, we've redone all of what you asked us to, but we've still got these issues. The only other thing to highlight, and I let Ben know as well, was that another group was having similar issues to you guys, where it was only one person, and every time there was a commit, it was just like Chris, like Chris was everywhere. So there is a command that you can use when you do your pushes or your commits and then your pushes. You can use a command called --author, and apparently that should take the true person that's actually pushing that change up in GitHub. So just maybe fiddling around with that command a little bit. In the bottom part of the Cloud9 GitHub documentation, there is like a page and a half of like a little cheat sheet thing of like the different commands, and I believe --author is on there as well. So just have a look at how that one works and see if that kind of fixes your issue as well. But yeah, if you've done all that and you're still having issues, just ping Byron and I.
Chance of having a go at it, but I'll have a go at it tonight.
Yeah, have a look and see how you go. But yeah. But if you're having trouble, like, and you're still like tomorrow you can't get it going, definitely let us know, so that way you're able to kickstart and get into development, because that's what I want you guys kind of focusing on next week. So yeah, make sure that's all set up for you. But yeah, so I think if I'm remembering correctly, that was the only thing on the SitRep that you kind of wanted me to look over this week. Yeah, is that right?
Pretty sure.
I haven't missed anything glaringly obvious. I need to put my glasses on.
No, we had a day off Monday night.
That's right. How was your day off? Was it good?
Yeah,
because I was meant to have a day off, and I
up.
didn't really have a day off. So, so did you have like a full day off, or was it just a day off with bits?
No, I had a look at the other subject and realised how behind I am.
Yeah, well, I'm unfortunately not giving you any days off for the next week. Instead, I want you guys to work and to really heavily work on your code and start just smashing out as much as you can with that. So that way, if you run into issues really quickly. My whole methodology is fail fast, because the faster you fail, the quicker you can fix it, and the quicker you can get back up to speed to where you need to be. So yes, the next week I want you guys to be pretty like intense, pretty codey, getting through that development and sort of kickstarting that. I'm hoping that you guys are pumped, actually, because it's been like 8.5 weeks, 9 weeks of like just doing a bunch of stuff and not really having much time to code. So I'm hoping that you're a bit excited, I suppose. Is there excitement there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, awesome. Yeah, it'd be nice to kind of start to see something come to life, I think so. All right, awesome. The only thing I need to get through with you guys this week is, and I don't want you to stress too much about it, but for the next sort of like 5 minutes or so, just like 1 minute each, I'm just going to ask you about the Mentor Mini project. I just want a quick 1 minute spiel about how that went. And yeah, that's it. And then I can go and update my marking spreadsheet and give you guys 10 points. So I'll start with you, Ben. Quick 1 minute spiel about the Mentor Mini project. How was it? Did you find it interesting? Was it hard?
Yeah, 1 minute's like, oh no. But yeah, it was the only thing that I found was that, like, because I didn't realize we had the old instructions for a while, and I was sort of trying to working off that old PDF instructions, and I got a bit confused with like task 1 and task 2. And there's like the GitHub site itself, Bootstrap site itself is a bit like not easily laid out, like not in a sort of, like, you download it from one place and then you got to go somewhere else to get a template, and then it's like you got to copy the code. It's not really just one thing to just get it all when it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that ironic that Bootstrap's all about design and making design easy, and their website is probably the most not intuitive website I've ever seen either.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, it's a little bit ironic, isn't it? But yeah, so no, I yeah, appreciate that, and that's my bad about the old PDF and stuff like that. I think next time I'll put it to the Google Drive so that way it's consistently linking. So yeah, I think that would help resolve that. I think so that way it's consistently updated. But yeah.
Other than that, was all
All
good.
in
It was
all,
just that
yeah, all in
confusion.
all,
Yeah.
yeah, cool, awesome. Frederick, how did you find the Mentor Mini project?
Yeah, I found it pretty interesting actually, because being from the back end, I don't really deal with front end stuff as much, and definitely not like setting up a brand new Bootstrap site. Never really had to do that. So yeah, reading up on the site was great. Learning all the different ways that you can actually include Bootstrap was pretty cool. And yeah, just getting into it, changing the CSS, doing a custom one. That was pretty fun. Yeah, apart from again, like the two different versions of the PDF, didn't really know how to actually submit what I've done, like screenshot or PDF or whatever. That was a little bit tricky, but yeah, once I found that the instructions, that was pretty easy. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool, awesome. Jeremiah.
Yeah, I found it was actually quite good, actually. I enjoy doing the front end stuff. So I'm kind of glad Bootstrap's not really that much back end. Yeah. But yeah, with what Ben was saying with the site, it is a bit of a pain to get around. And then even downloading some of the stuff, it's a bit all over the place. So yeah, I'm not. I did struggle for a bit. I think I was the last one to actually submit mine. So yeah, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, I did struggle with it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think I'm happy that you all kind of did it as well, because it was actually an optional task. Like you didn't have to do it if you didn't want to. So I'm actually really glad that you all attempted that. I didn't really highlight that purposely. I purposely left that out because the minute you tell people something's optional, they don't do it. Right?
Oh yeah,
so,
sure. Well played. Well played.
That's like. So yeah, 1 to me, 0 to puppies. So yeah, but hey, now look, you all have 10 extra points to your quest now. So
and yeah, no, I'm glad that we did that. Actually, we get to learn about Bootstrap, which was really good. So
yeah, awesome. Yeah, no, thanks for the feedback, Jerry. Appreciate it. John, how did you go?
Same thing. It was very interesting wanting to know more about Bootstrap. However, I did struggle with it initially, and I wasn't quite sure to take a screenshot of the front page as we put in the browser, because that's the way it read on the PDF. And I went over that a few times, and I actually submitted initially a screenshot of the browser web pages instead of the code. And I think I spoke to you or spoke to one of the other team members, and then I turned on the source code and took a screenshot of that. But I found it was good to see to download the repository and to see all the other variations, to see all the prepackaged code there, and also to overwrite the CSS by adding an extra line. So that's handy to know. And I'm definitely going to use that down the track in other applications because of all the responsiveness you get and the templates that you can build on. But initially it was a bit confusing with the layout, and when it said CSS, download a template from CSS, I clicked on the CSS tab and I couldn't really see anything obvious to download, and so there's a bit of miscommunication there. But I think in the end, happy to go through the process.
Yeah. It was the first time that project ran, actually, because what was previously there was like it was even worse. Let's just put it that way. So even worse in the communication sense. So yeah, I've definitely taken on all of that feedback, and I've actually created in my spare time, which I don't have a lot of, but I have actually started to revamp that a little bit and make sure that it's communicated a little bit better. So I actually really appreciate all the feedback, because just like you guys, this is a learning process for me as well. So if you guys don't tell me things are crap, or that they don't work properly, or it's confusing, then yeah, I don't know. And then I think it's all good. But if it's not, I'd rather you guys be honest and open with me and say, yeah, no, this was needed to be communicated better. So thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. In saying that, I got 10 points for everyone. So I will go in and update the spreadsheet, so that way that reflects in requests. That is 10 points, so that is 10 out of 90 points in total, so it's a nice chunk. So that will be a nice little extra bumping up the marks at the end of study period for you guys, which is really good. In terms of like how I see you guys tracking, I think you guys are doing really well. I've realized this about week 9, and I probably should give you a little bit of feedback from what I've been seeing. From what I've been seeing, you guys are working really, really well as a team. So please don't change anything that you're doing. I think all the things that you're doing in terms of how you communicate, having team meetings, helping one another, is all really good, really, really good things. So don't change anything. If you're going to do anything, all you could do, we lost John. All you could do is just maybe increase communication slightly while you're in a development phase. So for the next sort of 3.5 weeks, just making sure that you are kind of keeping in contact with one another, and just everyone's across what everyone's doing and where they're up to. Everyone kind of has a goal that they're working towards every week, is always really handy as well. So yeah, just the only thing would be is just to increase communication if that's even possible. And that increase in communication can be in any way, shape or form. It doesn't have to be a face-to-face meeting. It can be that. It could be just more chatting on Discord. It could be jumping into a voice channel on Discord for 10, 20 minutes every second day or every third day. I'm going to leave that open for you guys to figure out how best to increase communication slightly. Is that cool?
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah. It's just that, like, for me, I've never actually really had to code online. So I'm not envious of your situation that you're in at all, because I can already see how maybe there's going to be some things that it's going to be difficult. So that's why I'm saying to increase the communication. I'm used to an environment where we'd jump up in the morning, have a scrum, and kind of see where we're up to. And if we had a problem, we could voice it. So you could use that model, but use it obviously in an online setting. But really the only way to make sure that everyone's kind of on track is to make sure you're talking to one another. So just make sure that that's kind of happening, so you're not, it's not getting difficult, because yeah, it's going to be a challenge, I think, to collaborate in that way. But I think you guys have got it in you. So that's my little pump up for you. You got it in you. So just keep at it. You're doing really, really well. And there's not really anything else from like a mental point of view that I'm worried about or anything like that. The only thing is, yeah, just smash some code out in the next week. So that way you're running into problems nice and quick. You can resolve them. So yeah, that's kind of like my little bit of my overview of kind of how I see you guys going. From what I looked at on assignment 2, it's pretty good. So I was pretty happy with it. There was nothing glaringly obvious in there where I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, hang tight for those marks. They'll come out soon. Marking's kind of like in the process at the moment. So yeah, so that's pretty much where you guys are at, and I think you guys are doing really well. So don't change a thing. Just keep going on track. You're doing really, really well.
There was one thing I wanted to ask,
yeah,
Sarah.
that was the next question. Yeah.
Is we had a group meeting and we were talking about the MVPs. And I was just wondering, because John and I, we're both front end, do we need an individual page for each MVP, including an individual page for each extended feature? Like
in terms
web
of
page?
from
or
no.
can we
on the website?
No, I would say no. I would say that it would depend on what the feature is. Because say you had a login feature, for instance, that could be embedded on your front page if you wanted to in the top right-hand corner, like what a lot of applications have, where you just click it and it kind of drops down. Yeah, as long as
okay.
Yeah, so it's just it's a hard question to answer because it's going to depend on the feature. But I think use logical judgment. Don't stress too much. I mean, we will be looking at your end products, but I would be looking for smart design. So, if you can embed a login feature in the front page, you don't have to take the user to a completely new page and like Ajax will load that in, and you can avoid doing that, then I would do that. So just use like the most logical way to do it. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. But it will vary from feature to feature depending on how that needs to kind of embed in and have a look. Yeah. If ever you're like not sure, just ping me and I can obviously answer on Discord as well. So if you need a bit of a guidance before you start building it, just let me know. The only thing with that is just be really clear on what features they are, just so that when I'm giving the feedback that I'm really clear on what the two features are that you're trying to mesh into, say, the one page would be. Yeah. Does that kind of make sense, Sharon?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Anyone else have any questions before we kind of wrap up a little bit?
There's just one with the assignment to submission link. You remember how you're saying just link it to the Google Drive in the Trello card? It has a little thing under it that says enable Google Drive power up, but when you click on it, it says about like money and stuff. So I was like just double checking about that as well.
Did it really? Does it really?
I can drop the link in the Google Hangout just here if that makes it easier. Just rather than having to add you and wait for that email. So I just chuck that in the Google chat.
Damn, it looks like you reached your power up limits for this board. Oh. Look, it's fine. Okay, this is actually recorded and on record. It's okay. I'm allowed to say this. It is okay. As your mentor, I've told you that's fine. That is linking straight. The one that you've got the one that you've got there though, if I click on that, that goes to your Google Drive. Perfect. Which still means that the assessor that marks your assignment can look at the revision history. That's all that's really the main point here. And apologies because I didn't realize that, I didn't even know that needed to happen either. So,
I didn't notice until afterwards either.
Because you notice I never advised you at all, and it's because I didn't know either. So here we go. Yay to communication. But so no, that's fine as long as that goes directly to the spot that it needs to go to. And yes, version history can be looked at, and that's the crucial part of it, was that we could check the version history. Yeah, so that's all good. All right. If anything is like not right, whoever assesses it will approach Byron, and then Byron will approach me, and then I'll just let them know that I advised you that. So you can't lose marks for things that I've specifically advised you to do. So you guys don't get into trouble. I do instead. I'll take off to the team. So that's all good. Fine. It'll be fine. There won't be any issues with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that was everything.
Yeah, is that it? Does Frederick, do you have anything that you have?
No, sorry, I'm good.
Oh, that's all right. Don't be sorry. That's fine. John, any queries?
No, I'm just going to focus on getting into GitHub tonight.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Have fun with that. Have fun. Yeah, if I'm around tomorrow, sort of intermittently. So if you ping me, I'll get back to you in between the time that I have. I am well and truly taking this weekend off. Believe it or not, I actually am. Taking both Saturday and Sunday off because I actually really need a break to just rest my brain. I'm burning out slightly. So I'm no good to anyone if I'm burnt out. So I'm taking the weekend off to recoup. But I will be back on board on Monday. So if you do ping me, like sort of say Saturday, you will actually not get a response till Monday. It'll be a real thing. You can even test it if you like as well. Yeah, so I'll be back kind of on board in full swing on Monday. So if you need anything, please ping me between now and next week, and I can kind of help you out as best as I can over Discord. All right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week and chat to you on Discord throughout the rest of the week until next time I see you face to face.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Good luck with GitHub.
Yep.
See you, Sarah.
Thanks. See you all.
See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you all.